Welcome to the episode from Stress to Success Blueprint. I'm your host, Lolita, and today's episode 106. So, we're continuing the conversation about how to manage stress in relationships. Relationships. Okay, so today I want to talk about the stresses that come when you have to deal with other family members of the other person, or even your own, or in-laws, and your parents and in-laws and the significant others, sisters, brothers, cousins, and all of that kind of thing. Especially can get very complicated and very stressful when the holidays come to town or special occasions, and you have to just deal with them. So, uh, hmm, obviously, communication is one thing, but we need to realize one thing that, when we have um, parents and other family members, it can be very, very triggering to us. What is that saying? That if you think you're enlightened, spend the week with your family. So you probably already noticed that, and if you are, of course, in that kind of relationship, that what may happen is that your significant other or your friend or whoever that's, in the same room with their family, or you are with your family, it can be very emotionally triggering because the family members really bring all of the wounds that we originally were injured when we were children. So those original wounds are very, very painful. And if you do not deal with them, and if you don't know how to handle that trigger, it could be very, very stressful, not only for you, but the people around you too. And I'm sure you probably noticed that, there's so many people that get in the conflicts, and that's happening. Is like, and maybe you're not the one who's in the conflict, but it can get very stressful when you see those other people are stressing out around you. So, what is that you do? So, first, if you have a relationship that you started, it's a great idea for you to start talking about understanding more about the other people in the family. And you also can ask I'm just going to say partner, you can ask your partner, hey, how are we going to deal with any conflicts that has to do with your family? And this is how I want conflicts to be dealt with my family. And I want to deal with my family. How about you deal with your family? But then also ask what are the values and goals in their family, what the expectations are, where they could see you in that family, and then come to conclusion, how are you going to deal with those conflicts, because obviously they will arise. And if you have this very clear expectation where you are, and for example, if you are um, already with someone who's coming from a previous marriage with some kids, and you will see the ex more often, you might, because the kids are involved. So you will always, for the rest of their lives, going to be involved in that, whatever they're going through as well. So when you have an expectation, how are you expected to behave? What do you need to do in the time of conflict? Do you need to leave them alone? Do you need to give them space? Do you need to help them actually? And ask your partner and your friend or whatever you have a relationship, and say, hey, what is the best way for me to support you at that time? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to help you in this situation? And that's pretty much only one way how this can go, because we as people who did not grow up in those kind of families, we don't even know what we're getting into, and we don't even know what's expected of us. So it's like speaking foreign language. The only one way is to know is to ask the other person how they expect you to behave. That's pretty much the only one thing. And it could be very stressful. Also, that you can see the dynamic, what's happening between the conflicts in their own family that has to do among themselves. And if you came, let's say, from most of the time a very stable environment, you may not understand what's happening with your partner or your friend that comes from very unstable childhood, where they constantly being triggered, and they even can turn a totally different person that you don't you never seen them before like that. So having empathy, everyone is doing the best that they can with those family members that they can. Everyone has their own childhood and their traumas and the things that they need to heal, and they need to solve the issues and conflicts with those people themselves. If you've been asked to do something, then show up for them, show up. If you are the one who, let's say you have a partner who sees your conflict with your family and condemns it and says, well, you should do this and this and that and that, and because of my family, then you just need to explain to them that, well, we do different things in my family and this is triggering to me. And if you are with someone that tells you that you shouldn't behave like that, you should do totally different, maybe they even should be gone from your life, because definitely they're not supporting you, because they should be there no matter what happens to you, no matter how triggered you are, no matter what conflicts you're going with family, without family, or whatever that is. To condemn, judge, and put down and then laugh at, that's not someone that you need to stay in a relationship with. So if you have any stories that helped you to deal with your in-laws, with the family dynamics of the other person, I would love to hear it in the comments below. And if you have any question about stress management, again, you're welcome to leave me a comment and I'll be very happy to answer to that. Um, Probably in a month or so, I have an amazing news coming up. Yes, there's a membership that works. So if you have any ideas about that what you would like to see it, I will love to hear your opinion. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you found it interesting, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.